grim. And today I'm reviewing a very 1920s tasting e-juice. And that is Oh Mummy. Oh Mummy. Okay, and again, as with everything else, it came in a 25 short fill, which I nicked up and made it 30ml. And in honour of today's vintage flavour, I have my vintage dress. And the flavour that the write-up for this is rice pudding and butterscotch. But you know what? It's so much more than that. It's so much more than that. Now I got this again as a 25ml short fill, and I nicked it up to make it 30ml, and I just dripped it on my hand and I've had a taste. And I'm gonna vape it and see if it vapes as good as it tastes. Now, as with all my juice reviews, they adopt somewhat of a persona, and the persona of this one wow, fucking hell, the persona of this one is exactly that. I've got rice pudding. Now I'm not talking a tin of Ambrosia rice pudding, I'm talking vintage rice pudding in the Rayburn oven, where it's been in there all afternoon, and little Roy's been playing in the back garden, my husband's tilling the fields, and this rice pudding has got that burnt bit on the top. It's got that burnt crust on the top. Now I don't necessarily taste it as flat out butterscotch. I taste it as a sweetness, as a creaminess, almost as an ethereal being that brings the whole dish together. And now, if I close my eyes, I can hear We'll Meet Again in the background playing, and I can and my hair's in rollers, and I've got a little pinny, and the women are in the gardens gossiping about who hasn't washed their front doorstep. This is a fucking old school flavour. This is an honest flavour. It says rice pudding, and rice pudding it is. I can even pick out the nutmeg or the spice on the top of that crust. I can see there's Spitfires still going overhead, and the food's been rationed. And I've got my beauty cold tar beauty cream to put on my face before I go to bed. And you know what? This is a vape juice. This is a vape juice, okay? We need to remember this is a vape juice that tastes like rice pudding, okay? With a crusty bit on the top that's been cooking in the Rayburn with my evaporated milk all day long. But you know what? This is Great Britain in a vape juice. The Spitfires are overhead, okay? We'll Meet Again's playing on the gramophone, and the soldiers are still away at war. And I'm not particularly a historical person, and I'm not particularly a person to go back to history and nod about war and soldiers and things like that. But you know what? Just like Vera Lynn and the Spitfires, and just like the war, and just like the rations and the women and the wives and the Rosie Riveter, just like them, this juice is Great Britain encompassed. This is crazy. This isn't just a vape juice. This is like I have a Ouija board in front of me, and I am calling up the spirit of 50, 60 years ago. This is when my nan was a little girl, or a young woman, and she was courting my granddad. And this is when your nan was courting your granddad. And this is when We'll Meet Again was #1. And I can hear the White Cliffs of Dover playing, and it's just ethereal. And I am here, I promise. In this fog, I am here. But this is award-winning. This should... I'm eating that wartime rice pudding with that evaporated milk, with that crispy crust on the top that everybody argued about. And I'm vaping Winston Churchill Spirit. I'm vaping Bunkers, and I'm vaping Hard Times, and I'm vaping Celebration, and I'm vaping Love. And if you want rice pudding and you want to feel like you're a child again, this is the juice I recommend. This juice is Spitfires, and it's Rosy Riveters, and it's Sailors, and it's Ink, and it's War, and it's years gone by in a bottle. This is like I've literally stepped back in time, and I'm in somebody's war bunker eating my tea when I plan to have it at tea time. This is rice pudding. This is what rice pudding used to be, and this is what rice pudding should still be. This is fucking magical. This is enchanted. This is a very, very flavoursome, loaded juice. And I think the write-up on the website deserves to say so much more than it does. And I'm going to mark this juice down purely because it's underestimated itself and the creators have not written enough about it. I think it deserves more to be written. I think that it encapsulates the crusty layer on the rice pudding, and I think it encapsulates years gone by. And I think that nothing more needs to be said about this juice, but it's one that's going to be my all-day vape. And it's going to be one that accompanies my coffee, but it's going to be one that kisses me goodnight too. And it's going to be one that I'm going to make sure the world knows exists, because it is what's great about Britain. It's juices like this and it's creators like this from small shops like Fusion Haze. And it's amazing. And just to look at the fog. It's magic. The juice is magic. The juice is phenomenal. And I've just eaten a bowl of wartime rice pudding. Not much more need saying.